Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. For the next hour, we are going to engage in an interesting activity, looking at iffy sentences. Sentences that may include ambiguous words or sentence constructions that may not, well, frankly, they may not make sense. Our task, which we're going to do together as a class, we're going to look at these different sentences and try to decide, is there any specific circumstance where this sentence would actually make sense in English? Or in fact, is this a bad sentence? As long as the grammar structure is correct, if there's a specific circumstance you can imagine where this sentence would be spoken correctly, then it's a correct sentence. Okay. Basically, we're going to be getting into content and semantics. And as we look at different examples, we'll talk about how we could improve these sentences to make them more clear. Definitely one big problem with writers of second language English learners when they're writing, sometimes they don't understand that they're creating these ambiguities. The sentence can have two meanings, which sometimes can be quite funny, but other times just plain confusing. Anyway, it should be interesting. There are no really wrong or right answers. This is a much more esoteric discussion of semantics. Okay, as long as the grammar's right. Okay, should be interesting. Hello, Mustafa. Welcome to the class. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm doing kind of good. Not good, actually.
Okay, great. Welcome
Great.
back. Hopefully your connection will hold up for this
Yeah,
class.
thank you. Thank
I
you
hope
for
so.
speaking for me.
I certainly hope so. Okay, plenty of room in the class, so any Verbling viewers out there who want to join in, well, please do.
Just jump.
Come on in.
Yeah, just jump in.
Just jump in any old time. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to do a screen share.
Teacher,
And
I see a violence in your class.
you see a what?
Violence.
Violence?
Yeah, every sentence with the blood. See the logo like you for your class. Every sentence with the blood. Spot of blood.
If you
Okay,
said
forgot. For
what?
just
I'm confused.
if just see the F logo of your class and with the blood, like see a spot of blood, like something like this.
Oh, if?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay. Just
yeah, got it? You
if.
got it?
I get it. Okay, you're talking about the graphics for the class
Yeah,
description.
exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to grab your attention. Apparently it worked. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what we're talking about here. Iffy sentences. Is it okay? So what we're going to do is once we get more students in here, right now, just me and you, believe me, I have plenty of material, so no matter. We're going to look at these sentences and talk about them. I'll have you read the sentence and then turns, but everyone will discuss the sentence, discussing if we think what situation could this possibly be used. You can agree, disagree with another student, with me even. There's really no wrong or right answers, or come up with another possibility. Kind of challenging, a little bit of a brain teaser kind of class. All right, Heidi has joined us. Hello, Heidi. Welcome to the class.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay. Also, Veronica.
Hi,
Hello, Veronica. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, welcome to the class. Where are you from?
I'm from Poland.
Terrific. Okay. Well, welcome to the class. All right, let's talk about these iffy sentences. What makes them iffy? Basically what I want you guys to do is try to read the sentence and then tell me, is there a situation where this sentence would be applicable, useful? Mustafa, number one.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not here.
All right. Would this sentence make sense under any circumstances?
I'm sorry, I'm not here. I'm sorry, I'm not here. It's like response for a call when you are not respond, like automatic response for a call. So
Okay. Very good. Like a recorded response. Absolutely.
yeah,
I think this is actually quite a normal sentence. Of course, you may say more. I'm sorry, I'm not here. Please leave a message after the tone. Something like
yes,
that.
exactly.
Okay. All right. So there you go. All right. This is almost a normal sentence if you think about the correct circumstance.
Yeah, but maybe if I was the writer of the sentence, I would say like I'm sorry because I'm not here.
Okay. Or I was thinking creating a relative clause. I'm sorry that I'm not here. Well, the same. Actually, that's not a relative clause. Actually, it's the same thing you just did, using a subordinate clause. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're both saying the same thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry because I'm not here would make it more clear. I agree with you. By adding subordinator, it would make this much more clear. Very good.
Or maybe we need a comma or
No,
or
we don't.
or a period, a period.
We don't need a comma because the because would come after I'm sorry. So when the independent clause goes first, you don't need to have a comma. When the
Uh,
dependent clause
mm,
goes
teacher,
first.
I meant before we add. If we don't want to add because maybe we need a period
Oh,
because we pass.
instead.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. To break it into two separate clauses.
because we pass.
Yeah,
We
well, two
pass like
separate
this. So,
sentences.
yeah.
Okay. Two simple sentences. I'm sorry, period. I'm not here, period. Oh yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yes,
Mm.
you could do that as well. Okay. Very good. Good job. That's exactly what I want to get from you guys. Read the sentence. What circumstance might it be useful? And then how could you make it more clear? That's exactly, good job, Mustafa. It's exactly what I want to be doing. Let me quickly welcome Zinga to the class. Hello, Zinga.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Welcome back. All right. Heidi, how about number two?
Ring Mary. Her husband used to be Syrian.
Okay. Is there a circumstance this could be a reasonable sentence?
Imperative.
Ring Mary is the imperative. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. So the subject noun you in the imperative is not there. It is simply implied. So there's no problem with this as it's being a independent clause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
very
How about I'm talking about in context? Can you think of a situational use, a situation where this would make sense?
Mary is like you, the second person maybe, because this person is ordering something. So her husband is different. Her is different woman, and her husband used to be Syrian. Maybe before he was Syrian, now different nationality.
Okay. It is actually possible to change your nationality.
Mm-hmm.
You can burn your old your old passport and become a citizen of another country, for example, like that. Okay, right? Okay, absolutely. Can anyone else think of another reason? I can think of another possibility.
Triangle.
Hmm?
Triangle relationship. Triangle relationship.
I don't quite I don't quite follow you there.
Mary is different from her. So she loves her other person's husband. So you ring. You put ring.
Oh, no, okay. I should probably explain. Ring means call. This is
Call. Okay.
Yeah, this means call Mary. More British Americans would probably say call Mary. Her husband used to be Syrian.
Okay. Call Mary. Then
Yeah.
Mary and her is the same person.
This one person probably, I'm okay. Again, we're making this up. So in my mind, I think that one person is telling person A is telling person B to call Mary, person 3, because Mary's husband used to be Syrian.
Then imperative is the heading a man. A person is told
Doesn't really matter.
Ring Mary. Her husband used to be a Syrian.
Okay. Well, call Mary, I can say that to a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. Okay, you're right, it's an imperative, but ring is short for, well, not short, it's very British for call. I'm going to ring Mary. Fine, same thing. Okay. Americans, just since we're on the topic, Americans frequently say, I'm going to give Mary a ring. You should give Mary a ring. We use it basically the same way, but Americans tend to use it in a noun form, whereas British use the verb. You should give Mary a ring, probably an American would say. Same thing, it means a call. Like ring, ring. Okay. Let me ask, I'll come back to you, Heidi. Don't go anywhere. Can anybody else think of an alternative reason why someone would say this? No? Anybody? Mustafa?
Maybe she's from the same nationality. I don't know. He is from the same nationality.
No, that doesn't really make sense to me. No. Used to be means he's not Syrian anymore. Okay, I can think of a couple other possibilities. One more reasonable and one slightly crazy.
Teacher, just I want to clarify something. I want to understand something. So,
yeah.
So Mary is the woman, okay? So ring Mary, getting married with Mary, right? Right?
No. Ring Mary means call her on the telephone. That's what it means. It has nothing to do with rings.
Okay.
Nothing to do with ringing a bell or rings you put on your finger. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Just call. Sure. What's your idea?
We can delete the comma, change it into period.
You could change it into a period, or in fact, another alternative. What you have here is two independent clauses or two simple sentences. You are correct. To fix it, that is how you might fix it. Turn it into two sentences. Heidi, can you think of another way to fix the sentence to make it a little better?
Change this one.
Yeah.
Maybe because.
Ring Mary because her husband used to be Syrian. Well, possibly, yes. It is possible to. That's another possibility. Right. The problem is we need to better connect these two clauses. here's another alternative. Would be instead of either a comma or a period, to use a semicolon. We can add two independent clauses together by using a connective subordinator like and, but, yet, so. Or we can, another alternative is to use a semicolon. This is another way to do it. Ring Mary, semicolon. Her husband used to be Syrian. Because they're connected ideas, and we want to show they're connected. This is a good way to do it as well. So we don't have to use any subordinator. You can't, okay, this is a compound sentence. Joining two independent clauses. Okay, that's another possibility, which I would prefer myself. Okay, my other ideas were, and Heidi's idea I think is very good. Maybe he's not Syrian anymore because he changed his nationality. Maybe he's dead.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
would be confusing. Maybe Syria doesn't exist anymore as a nation, which is not all that much beyond the pall of reality in today's world. That's a lot more out there. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but okay. Just saying, there's the circumstances. Okay, let me move on to number 3 and Veronica. Veronica.
She made me a father.
Oh my goodness.
So I can think of a few contexts here.
Okay, shoot.
So, for example, she made me a father. It can be just very simple. She got pregnant and I am the father. This is the first one I can think of.
Okay.
Or she adopted a child and she made me a father. Like she wrote, "I will be the father," or just psychologically when somebody doesn't feel a father, and after a chat with somebody else, he decides that now he feels like a father, and she, the person that he spoke to, made him a father.
Okay, or maybe even that he's stating that for her, she is like a father figure. It's very close to what you just said. Same thing, really.
Yeah.
But other way. Okay. Wow. Okay. Lots of reasons. I can think of one more. What if maybe she, in this sentence, is a surgeon who performs sex change operations?
No, that's extreme one.
Yeah. My mind just isn't right, Veronica. Okay.
Or a man who doesn't have father, like orphan, and then he got married with a woman. She had a father, so she made me a father.
Okay. So
Like
a
she gave me
fatherless child
Yeah.
gave me a son. She gave me a son, like that.
Or he didn't know he have a child, and his child grew up. It was a daughter, and one day she found him, and she made him a father.
Oh my goodness. There's too many possibilities on this one. Wow. Okay, well, we've got so many possible interpretations. I don't know how we could make this clearer. It would depend on which interpretation we were looking at, I suppose. Okay. If you're like a father figure, we actually say that in English. We actually use that collocation. I'm like a father to her. Okay. She treated me like a father. So we say like a father often in that circumstance. Actually, the whole idea of either an adopted child or she got pregnant, your wife got pregnant, or you married a woman that already had a child, like that. Actually, this sentence is quite. I love her so much. She made me a father. Like, actually, this would seem quite normal to me in the right context. And I don't really think anything. Really don't think there's anything to change. Some of these, maybe there's nothing that we can change. Some of them, really, no matter how hard we try, we're not going to be able to make sense of them. So don't think they're not necessarily an answer. Okay.
Maybe she made the conclusion she made always talking about the past tense, not like talking about the present. She's talking about the present, but she used made and made refer to the past. So it's kind of confusion happened.
Okay, but I mean, you know, if my wife had a baby yesterday, she made me a father, it still makes sense in that context.
So teacher, we cannot say like she makes me a father.
She makes me a father? Now that sounds even weirder than this.
Okay. Okay.
To me, that's the confusing one. That's what should be written here. That would be more confusing.
Yeah, this is the only possibility.
Actually, it makes more sense with the past tense. All right, Zinyo, number 4.
Number 4. Shut up so I can hear you.
Hear you. Yes. Hear. Long E sound.
Shut up so I can hear you.
That's better. All right. Now, can you think of any context where this would make any sense? Again, of course, we're looking at this command sentence, like ring Mary. Okay. Shut up. Definitely a command sentence.
Mm.
Can you think of a situation this would make sense?
My wife likes to complain about my salary.
Okay. And
when I get my salary each month, she often says something to me. Your salary is so lower. You need to get more. I often said,
okay.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know why you would say shut up. I can think of about 1,000,000 reasons to say shut up. Why would you say this sentence? Shut up so I can hear you.
If you I often said to my wife, if you always complained about my salary, I would look for another woman.
Oh, okay. Are you saying that you'll ignore her? Okay, well, kind of related. Anybody? I don't know. I'm not very happy with that one. Anybody else? Can anyone else think of a reason somebody would say this, or a situation, a specific situation?
I can think of one.
Yeah, Veronica, shoot.
I think when you are examined by a doctor, and a doctor you know, because I think most of doctors wouldn't say shut up to you, but if you're examined by a doctor and he or she is using stethoscope to hear your heart, and you start panicking, he or she can say shut up so I can hear you, and you meaning your heart.
Ah, very creative. and I never would have thought of that. I'm impressed. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
it's a good one.
That's very good.
Um, Teacher, I have another one. Like,
Okay.
I think here is not don't mean like here in the exact meaning of here to the here in the sentence. I know it's confusing for you. Shut up so I can understand you maybe. So
Uh-huh.
I can analyze what you are talking about.
Okay. All right. So I can understand you here, meaning when somebody, okay, in English, very colloquial speech. For example, Mustafa makes a point. I might say, "Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I agree with you. I understand you," like that, which is used that way in English sometimes. Okay. Heidi, you got any brilliant ideas?
Hi, teacher.
I, hi.
I'll give you another situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, in the past, I taught in the I taught in the middle school.
Aha.
Mm. In one class, most of students like to answer my question. When I write the question on the blackboard, so I asked them, does anybody want to answer this question? Almost all the students want to answer this question.
Aha.
Those students raised their hand and they are trying to answer my question. They are making a lot of noise in the class.
Right.
So I raise my voice. Shut up, so I can hear you.
Okay. And basically, that's basically the exactly what I was thinking as well. The shut up is for you, plural, so I can hear you
Mm,
maybe as individuals like that.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
Zingia, what can I do to improve this sentence, how it's written? There's something missing here.
You shut up.
Well, no, you don't need to. You don't.
Oh,
It's a command sentence, so you don't really need to write you. But it, as a
yeah.
command sentence, it is a complete sentence. So
Uh,
you need a,
After up, we should
yeah,
and a comma.
yeah, we should actually. That's right. Definitely.
Mm.
Okay, bringing it around to Heidi. Yeah, there's a funny sentence. There's a brain teaser. Heidi, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah, number 5.
but maybe not my turn. Muhammad.
Mustafa. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Mustafa, number 5.
Okay. All my friends are priests. Pri- no, I don't know what this word means. Priests.
Priests.
Priests. But I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, that one's interesting.
A
Hmm.
priest like a preacher, something like that.
Priest like a preacher. That's right.
Okay.
Exactly.
But I don't have any friends. All my friends. Hmm. This is make
Does it make sense or not at all?
uh, it has like a religious sense for me. Like all my friends are priests.
Hello, Mustafa. I can help you
But
out.
sorry, you
I can
cannot hear
help
me?
you out.
Oh, just I wanna think about it.
Okay.
um,
Maybe. Well, maybe you can come up
yeah,
with another one. Okay.
teacher.
Yeah.
All my friends are priests. Maybe like what the sentence like make me and think like he's a preacher, so you can say like synonym to preacher, and all of his friends like from this kind, and he don't have like a normal friend. I don't know. That's what I think about right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Hey, I can't make any sense out of this sentence. I don't see how this makes any sense, really, other than as a joke. Xingyu, do you have an idea?
I can correct this sentence.
Okay.
Because
Because
my friends
because
are priests. Because my friends are priests. I don't have any other friends.
Okay. Well, then you're obviously that's changing the sentence enormously. So that doesn't even resemble this sentence at all.
teacher just replace what's by because
Sorry?
replace or yeah replace because instead of but like all my
All my
friends
friends
are
are
faced
because I don't have
because I
any
don't
friends.
have any friends. Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense
It,
for me.
it really? Okay.
May,
I'm still not getting that either. I don't see this sentence as making any sense. Heidi or Veronica, you ladies have any ideas?
I would add something before friends at the end of the sentence. So, for example, all my friends are priests, but I don't have any real friends, or I don't have any girl friends, or something like this. Just
Ah,
different friends than priests.
okay, to show a contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. Okay. This is a tough one. I forgot. Hang on a second. Let me see the commentary. Okay, the writers of this book feel that this is completely meaningless. Okay. Whoever wrote this book just thinks this is complete gibberish. Okay, just so you know, and I can't find any meaning. There's almost a joke meaning that that the person hates priests. You know, he hates priests to the point where he would never call one a friend, or he would rather have no friends than have a priest as a friend, is sort of implied, but it's not directly said. Uh, if all my friends had to be priests, I'd rather not have any friends. It's close to that, but really, honestly, the people who wrote this book, and I agree, this doesn't make any sense.
But teacher, maybe he said priest because we cannot like priest is like has his own job. We cannot like make him all people make him like a friend. We cannot depend him as a friend. Okay,
Hmm?
so normal friend different from this. Like he's like he has his own like religious job, special job, like special kind of job. So he's like not a friend. Like you go for religious purpose, something like that. So all my friends are just priests because I don't have any normal friends. Like yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm not sure. I don't. Priests are humans, as far as I know, so they have friends or they don't have friends. Just because they're priests doesn't make them anything special, as far as I know. But okay. I'm going to skip the next one because I think we hit on a couple reasons last time with she made me a father, he made me a father. Oh, okay. Let's skip that one because there's a whole lot other ones. Heidi, number 7.
She's got twin sisters who are a year older than she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she got twin sisters, and she's different from twin sisters, and not
Mm-hmm.
one of twin sisters.
Right. If she was one of twin sisters, then what would she be, Heidi?
Mm-hmm. So she is younger than her twin sisters.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. If she had two sisters who are identical to her, she would be a triplet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is kind of like brain teaser riddle. There really is nothing wrong with this, actually, if you think about it. Okay. She's got twin sisters who are a year older than she is. Yeah. Fine. You would have a twin sister. She's got a twin sister. If we're talking about one, and then she would be one, and then her sister would be one. So because this is plural, this is perfectly okay. Now, if this says she has got a twin sister who is a year older than she is, that would be crazy. That would be one long birth. Labor that lasted a year. That would seriously doubt anyone would survive it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that one, I don't think. All right. Okay, let's move on. Veronica, how about number 8?
Too much is not quite enough. So maybe too much is not quite enough, but like to say. So you see that there is too much of something, but saying too much doesn't quite cover how much of something there is. So there is more than too much. So too much is not quite enough to say.
Can you give me an example? All right, when you're talking in the circles like that, you have to give examples in English, or else it's too hard to follow. Like
okay,
what?
So let's say you need, I don't know, 1 flower for your mother for Mother's Day, and you order 1 flower online, and they send you like 1,000 flowers, and somebody comes and say, oh God, there's a little bit too much, and you say too much is not quite enough. Like to say there is more than too much.
Oh,
saying too much is not quite enough.
Saying too much is not quite enough. Okay, so you're saying that the speaker's understating. Well, that's an understatement, I might say in English.
Yes,
understatement. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. All right, so maybe you would fix it by saying too much is not saying quite enough. Ooh.
Yes.
Saying too much. You know what you would do in that case, Veronica, what you're talking about? You would say saying, and then you would put too much in quotation marks. Yeah, you got it. Exactly. Right. Right, and that would make that very viable. It's an interesting technique to know about. Putting something in quotation marks separates it and makes it like, okay, this is a separate idea to look at, okay, as not actually really part of the sentence structure. Good, okay. That was interesting. Does anybody else have any ideas about too much is not quite enough?
Too little is not quite enough.
Well, that's very literal. Yeah. Okay. True. Okay. I don't know. I think I've heard this said maybe about things in a philosophical way, like too much.
An exaggerated way. Sorry, an exaggerated way.
An exaggerated point?
Yeah, an exaggerated way. If I want to exaggerate, I want to say, like, too much is not quite enough. So I have something, for example.
I suppose.
For example, for the same example of Veronica, she said like she brought like a flower for her mother, and even the flower is too much, but it's not like quite enough for her mother because her mother deserves more and more. That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Right. And I was thinking maybe a philosophical type statement, like too much love is not quite enough, something like that. I don't know. Okay, too much money is not quite enough. For billionaires. Too much money is not quite enough. There you go. That's how I would fix the sentence. Too much money is not quite enough, according to some people on Earth. Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's kind of what you're saying, exaggerating something. Okay. All right. Okay, Zinga, how about number 9?
Number 9. Could I have a little less water in my coffee, please? Could I have less water in my coffee, please?
Okay. Does that make sense?
This sentence makes sense.
What's that?
What's your question?
Does this sentence make sense to you?
Little less. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't. Makes perfect sense to me if you're having instant coffee. If you pour powder into a cup and then add water. I tell my wife this all the time when she makes me instant coffee. Put less water in because I want it to taste stronger. That's all. Make perfect sense for instant coffee. I don't see why not. To me, this I don't know. I have said this before myself, so I'm not sure. Can anybody think of another reason? Am I nuts? This seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it makes sense. And not only when you want the coffee to taste stronger, but when you want to add some milk, for example, and you need some more space in your glass, then also you can say so.
Sure, exactly. Which idea? Well, exactly correct. Exactly
Teacher,
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I have a question for you. Like if I change now one word, it's like what's the sentence meaning? Like could I have a little bit water in my coffee, please?
It would have to be a little bit of water in my coffee.
So what's the meaning?
Yeah. Could I have a little bit of water in my coffee, please? You're asking somebody to add a little water after.
So now the reverse meaning it came.
Like the second time. Could I have a little bit of water in my coffee, please? All right. Could I have a little less water in my coffee?
So his coffee is dark right now, so it's bitter right now. So he wants a little water.
Yeah. Sure, you could do that. You want weaker coffee. Could you put a little water in my coffee, which is already made? Sure, that'd be perfectly fine. And would make sense if you prefer weaker coffee. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Can we put a bit in front of the comparative form?
Could I have a little bit less water? Like that?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We use a bit to modify comparative.
Comparative? Comparative? Like, okay, that dog is a little bit dirtier than that dog over there. Sure. That dog is a little dirtier than that dog over there. Sure, no problem. Yeah, that would be very normal thing to do. Okay, Mustafa, how about number 10?
10. He didn't want to have his bath again.
Okay.
By the way, bath is a way or is a kind of washing room in your house? What does he mean by bath? Yeah.
Bath? Okay, yeah, sometimes bath can be used to mean bathroom, the actual bathroom, but usually it's the noun form of expressing the idea of bathing your entire body. Okay, like his shower. Okay. The verb of
Okay.
bath is to bathe. It has an E on the end, and the bath, the voiceless TH, becomes a voiced TH. To bathe.
Mm, mm,
The
okay,
TH
okay.
like that. So here it's clearly his bath, so obviously it's a noun form. All right. This makes sense to you?
No. Why he?
Why?
Yeah. Why? Just why? And why the way sentence always for me? Okay. But I don't think this is makes sense. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Heidi, do you have
Wow.
any ideas for this one?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I understand it. Oh, why he didn't want to have his bath again? Maybe he referred to someone else. Can we say that?
Yeah, sure. His as the object pronoun refers to a second person. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. That probably right. That's the first thing I thought of. I just right now when you said that I realized you could take his to mean the same person as he, which would be very strange indeed.
Perfect.
Oh well, no, maybe that's still possible.
Yeah, but not make sense if possible.
Doesn't make sense. Actually, it could make sense either way. Heidi, can you think of a context where this would make sense? Be a useful sentence.
Once he had a bathroom, but keeping the bathroom, he needed to spend a lot of money. So he always borrowed bath from others. He didn't want to have his bath again.
Okay. Okay. Now, of course, normally in English we say bathroom. Bath is used. It's quite formal. And to tell you the truth, just so you know, practical, real usage in English, the only person who calls a bathroom a bath is a real estate agent who's trying to sell you a house. So it has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. No normal human mortals actually use bath this way, except real estate agents. Veronica?
Can't it be like take a bath? Like
Yeah,
instead of have his bath, like
exactly.
take his bath, and then it makes more sense.
Take a bath and have a bath are equally used. They mean exactly the same thing, and native English speakers, I'm going to have a bath, I'm going to take a bath, I'm going to take a walk, I'm going to have a walk. Normal activities like this, we use the verb have or take. So yeah, I think take a bath is the same for me, equal weight. It wouldn't change anything to change this verb to take. Wouldn't change the meaning at all for me.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, but that's what I mean. That this bath doesn't mean bathroom,
No,
just bath like a shower, right?
like a shower. Yeah. He didn't want to have his bath again. This sentence immediately makes me mentally envision children who don't want to take a bath for whatever reasons because they're children. The child doesn't want to take his nap again. Like yesterday, he didn't want to take his nap. The day before that, he didn't want to take his nap. He's screaming and crying. All right. Oh, he didn't want to take his bath again tonight. I think this is a very normal sentence, actually.
Yeah, but only for the children, maybe. How
Well,
do you say?
most adults don't cry and fuss about taking their bath.
For adults, maybe it makes sense if he wants, sorry, to build a new bathroom, maybe, and he wants to destroy
Yeah,
the old
okay.
one.
All right. He didn't want to have his bath again. But it doesn't make sense because of, again, his bath would be the same bath. So if it was bathroom,
Yeah.
that would be kind of strange.
Yeah.
He didn't want to have a new bathroom. Okay, that's how you would say that. You wouldn't. His bathroom is destroyed. You wouldn't say he wants to have a bathroom again. He wants to have another bathroom, or he wants to get a new bathroom, is how you would say it. You would never say he wants to get his bathroom again.
Yeah, you are correct.
You would never say it like that. But interesting point, allowing me to
If it change the take, why he
take a bath.
refused his take bath?
You didn't want to take a bath. Okay.
He
didn't
said
want
the profession too.
Right. You're right. Why is it necessary? He didn't want to take his bath again. Or take, even without his, he didn't want to take a bath again. Right. You could say it that way, and it would be clearer. Absolutely. If you had the meaning like a child didn't want to take his bath again. You're right. See, you know what immediately comes to mind, probably because I lived it, was the father comes home from work and the father says, "How's little Johnny?" And the mother says, "He didn't want to have his bath again. He screamed and cried for 2 hours. I finally sent him to bed without his supper." Okay. Like that. And for me, that wording, that sentence structure is quite normal in that situation. As reported speech, that's what it is, Heidi. Direct speech, you would just say he didn't want to have his bath. He didn't want to take a bath. The whole thing with again gives me the idea it's repeated action. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Then I'm done. Okay, how about number 11, Heidi?
The woman who had two studies already does her best work in the other one. Maybe I need to put comma always after always. Then the woman who had two studies always, but this time she does her best work in the other one, aside from two studies.
Okay, I see where you're going. Wait, the woman who has two studies, always. Yeah, no, I don't understand. Always, comma, does
She
break
has two studies always, but this time
all the time.
she does best work in the other one, so aside from two studies.
Okay, so we would never put always there. So you're saying the woman who always has, better to put always in front of the verb, right? Who always has two studies, and then break, does her best work in the other one. Well, see, I don't like. I see where you're going, but the other one doesn't work for me because you're talking about two things when you're talking about the other one. It would have to be another one.
Mm-hmm.
To mean a separate one altogether. You would have to use another one. Okay. I see this as kind of being a joke. I mean the sentence. Anybody else have a brilliant idea?
I don't know if it's brilliant, but I have one.
Okay.
I can imagine a woman who has two studies, like researches, and in one of them, people with whom she works says that she has no time for us. She's always in this other office doing or other lab doing other things. And in the second one, they also say that, oh, she never has time for us, she's always with these other people doing other things. And then talking to somebody, she can sum it up saying the woman who has two studies always does her best work in the other one, meaning that in none of them she feels like
Right.
they think she does her best. Yeah.
As an ironic
Yeah.
statement, an ironic observation. Yeah, that's basically that's the way I saw it too. Yeah. She's basically, someone might say this to tell a joke or to express an irony. Yeah, that's basically how I was interpreting it as well, actually. Okay. Anybody else have an idea about this one? Shall we? Move on.
I what came to my mind just I replaced the woman who has two studies. So I always say like she always does her best work in the other one. So she will erase all two studies and she always do her best work in the other one, something else. So if she has two options, this two option be like a poor one and she will do the best in the other one, something maybe something else.
Well, you lost me on that one. I did not follow that at all. I think I have heard this as a quote, actually, slightly modified. The man who has two jobs always does his best work in the other one. It's a joke. Like if he has two jobs to do, really he's not doing a good job in either one, as basically kind of a parable or some, as an expression or a saying. I think this is very close to something I've heard as a parable. Okay. All right. How about this? Veronica, how about number 12? Actually, we only have got time for like one more, so how about number 13? Lucky number 13.
Oh, cat, may I be alive when I die. It's like connected with faith and thinking that you can have another life after this life, something like this.
Oh, I had not thought of that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Does any...
something like this. Or it can be about a cat who has 9 lives and then he can be alive when he dies.
About a cat. Okay. Well, very good. All right. Anybody else got any brilliant ideas about this? Oh God, may I be alive when I die. So
Maybe he feels miserable right now.
well, actually, I do a class with famous quotes on Saturdays. There's something very similar to this in a quote. Most people die. There are many people who die when they're 25, but they're not buried until they're 70. If you understand that, they basically close off any new feelings, any new thinking, any creativity, and they basically just work, go to bed, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, until they finally actually physically die and are buried, but they never really live their life. When we talk about living, we're not just talking about breathing and being a physical apparatus.
Organ transplantation.
Organ transplant? Okay. Now, the idea I'm trying to express in English, we have the concept of, yes, life is your heart and lungs and your body breathing and physical life. Great. But you know what? An amoeba can do that. A paramecium, a one-celled life form, can live. Who cares? You're a human being. You should have experience, be creative, try new things. Immerse yourself in other people and culture and life in order to truly be alive. You're not really alive if you're just surviving, basically, is the concept. which we have in English, and this, I think, kind of expresses that idea. Okay.
Or maybe, teacher, I have another one. I have another meaning.
What's that?
Oh God, may I be alive when I die. Like, maybe I'll do something for my life right now, so when I did, the people will remember me by doing this, what I did, or by following what I did.
What? Say what?
You cannot hear me, really?
No,
Or
I can hear
are you
you.
serious?
I can hear you.
So, for example,
alive for
yeah,
other people. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
leaving a legacy for others. Alive in their minds. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Oh, now, okay. It took me a
yeah.
while
For
to
example, yeah,
figure
for
it.
example, I leave book something like that for them. So they when they read it, so I will be alive, like alive
Right. They
when they
leave a
read because they
legacy.
read what I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you die, you leave a legacy so that you can be remembered and live on. Actually, we say that in English. You can live on in people's memories. Okay, thank you, everyone. Very interesting. Thanks a lot, but my time is up. I hope to see you all again real soon here on Verb.